Here is your full, long, emotional YouTube-style story written exactly in plain paragraphs, no headings, smooth pacing for a 30 to 40-minute video, with a powerful hook, emotional depth, and an inspiring ending. Don't cry, mister. You can borrow my mom, said the little boy to the CEO sitting alone at the park. People say one moment can change your whole life. But nobody ever tells you that sometimes, that moment comes from the smallest voice, the tiniest hand, and the most unexpected heart. So before the story begins, before anything else happens, if you're watching this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me till the end, because what happens next may stay with you forever. The wind was cold that evening, colder than it should have been for early autumn. The sky was turning orange, and the city park, usually noisy, was almost empty. On an old wooden bench near the lake sat a man in a black suit, head buried in his hands. That man was Jonathan Hale, one of the youngest CEOs in the country, a man people said, had everything. But today, he looked like someone who had lost his whole world. He had just left the hospital. The test results were final. His mother, the only family he had left, had little time. And Jonathan, despite all his money, power, success, couldn't save her. The world he built felt small. Useless. He didn't want to go home. He didn't want to go anywhere. So he found himself here, in the quietest corner of the park, trying to hide from life, from pain, from himself. That's when he heard small footsteps. Light ones. Almost shy. He looked up, trying to wipe the tears before anyone saw them. He failed. A little boy, maybe 6 or 7, stood in front of him. Dirt on his shoes, a school bag hanging loosely, hair messy like he had run through the wind. But his eyes, gentle, curious, warm in a way that hit Jonathan straight in the heart. "Mister," the boy whispered, "are you crying?" Jonathan forced a smile. No, I'm just tired." The boy didn't buy it. Kids can see truth faster than adults. He stepped closer, and without hesitation, reached out his tiny hand and held Jonathan's sleeve. "It's okay," he said softly. "My mom says, grown-ups cry too. You can cry if you want." Jonathan's chest tightened. He couldn't speak. He looked away, hoping the boy would leave before he broke again. But instead, the boy sat beside him. After a long moment, he tugged Jonathan's arm and said the words that would change everything. "Don't cry, mister, you can borrow my mom." Jonathan froze. He turned to him slowly, wondering if he heard correctly. The boy nodded. "She helps me when I'm sad. She'll help you too. She helps everyone." He smiled, white and innocent. "Come, she'll make you warm chocolate milk. It fixes everything." Jonathan couldn't explain why, but something inside him cracked. The loneliness, the pain, the pressure, they all collided with the boy's kindness, and tears finally escaped. The boy didn't panic. He didn't run. He simply held Jonathan's hand like he had done this 100 times before. "Come," he said again, standing up. "She won't be mad. She likes helping people." And for the first time in years, Jonathan followed someone not because he had to, but because his heart needed to. They walked to a small apartment building nearby. Paint peeling, small stairway, a broken light at the entrance, nothing like the luxury Jonathan lived in. But the moment the door opened, the smell of warm cookies and something gentle, something that felt like home, pulled him in. A woman stepped out of the kitchen. The boy ran to her and hugged her tightly. "Mom, this mister was crying at the park. Can we help him?" The woman's eyes widened. But she didn't laugh. She didn't look confused. She only looked at Jonathan, really looked, like she could see right through every wall he had built. "Come in," she said softly. "Sit. You look like you need something warm." Jonathan tried to speak but his voice cracked. He nodded and sat at the little round table by the window. The apartment was small but filled with soft light, pictures of the boy on every wall, and the kind of warmth money simply could not buy. The woman poured chocolate milk in a mug and placed it in front of him. "My son doesn't bring strangers home," she said gently. "You must be hurting." Jonathan looked down. "My mother, she's dying. They told me today." The woman sat across from him. She didn't give empty words like, "It'll be okay." Instead, she placed her hand over his. "I'm sorry," she whispered. And that was enough. Real sympathy. Real human connection. Something he hadn't felt in a long time. The boy climbed into his mom's lap and whispered, "Mom, can we fix his heart?" She kissed his forehead. "We can try." Jonathan didn't leave for hours. They talked, they listened, they shared stories. For the first time, he felt human. Not a CEO, not a leader, not a businessman. Just a son who was scared of losing his mother. A man who needed someone to tell him he wasn't alone. He started visiting them often, after hospital visits, after long days, after nights that felt too heavy. The boy would greet him with drawings, the woman with warm meals, and slowly, their presence stitched something inside him. Weeks passed. His mother's condition worsened, but she noticed the change in him. "You're lighter," she told him one evening. "Someone is helping you carry the pain." Jonathan squeezed her hand. Yes, someone is. His mother passed away peacefully 2 weeks later. The world crashed again, but this time, he didn't break alone. He went straight to the little apartment. The boy hugged him tight, whispering, "We're still here, mister."